The Iron Claw is a 2023 biographical sports drama film written and directed by Sean Durkin. Based on the life of professional wrestler Kevin Von Erich and the Von Erich family, the film stars Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, Harris Dickinson, Maura Tierney, Holt McCallany, and Lily James. The story begins from 1979, where the Texas NWA heavyweight champion Kevin Von Erich worries that his father, WCCW owner Jack Fritz Von Erich, is pushing his youngest brother Mike away from his musical ambitions. Their brother David makes his wrestling debut with Kevin in a tag team match against Bruiser Brody and Gino Hernandez, where Kevin meets and starts a relationship with a woman named Pam. He tells her about the Von Erich curse that killed his oldest brother Jack Jr. as a child, supposedly brought on by Fritz changing his last name from Dickinson to his mother's, whose family had suffered constant tragedy. Kevin fights world champion Harley Race to put himself in the lead for the championship contender, but he is brutally beaten and only wins when Race attacks the referee and is disqualified. Fritz is disappointed that his son takes too long to get up after he takes a vertical suplex directly on concrete, but is delighted when David displays a natural talent for showmanship while trashing Race. The 1980 Summer Olympics boycott dashes Von Erich brother Kerry's hopes of competition, so he moves back home. Fritz presses him to fight alongside Kevin and David, while Pam helps the boys sneak Mike out to play a gig against his parents' wishes. By 1983, the trio defeats the Fabulous Freebirds for the six-man tag team championship title, and Fritz volunteers David over Kevin to fight current world champion Ric Flair. Kevin and Pam get married, and he reveals at the wedding to anil David that he will soon be a father. A week before the match, David, while touring in Japan, dies of enteritis. Both Kevin and Kerry volunteer to fight Flair in his place, and Kerry is chosen by a coin flip, beating Flair and winning the title. Still despondent, he goes out for a motorcycle ride and loses his right foot in an accident. Kevin begins training Mike, who badly injures his shoulder during a match and goes into a toxic shock-induced coma during surgery. Fearing the curse, Kevin has his newborn son, Ross, legally surnamed Dickinson. Mike narrowly emerges from his coma with noticeable brain damage, but when Fritz presses him to get back in the ring, he takes his own life and Kevin starts to distance himself from Pam and Ross. Despite being grief-stricken, Kevin nonetheless fights Flair for the championship but is disqualified when he ignores the referee and grapples Flair with the signature Von Erich Iron Claw move for too long. Kerry, with his new prosthetic foot, remains the only Von Erich wrestling, while Fritz has given Kevin the task of running the WCCW as he focuses on life with Pam, Ross, and newest son Marshall. Kerry gives Fritz a new gun for Christmas, but becomes upset when he puts it away instead of firing it, later calling Kevin and telling him that the curse's constant presence has made him consider suicide. He hangs up before Kevin can learn his location. After calling Fritz for help, Kevin arrives at the Von Erich house the next morning just in time to hear Kerry commit suicide with the gun, and he briefly strangles Fritz in a rage. Sitting with his brother's body, Kevin has a vision of his brothers in the afterlife. Kerry leaves behind the coin that decided he would face Flair and reunites with Mike, carrying his guitar, David, wearing the champion belt, and Jack Jr., appearing as the small boy he was at the time of his death. Sometime later, Kevin sells the WCCW to Jerry Jarrett. His mother gives up her housewife duties for her hobby of painting, and Pam is pregnant again. Kevin weeps while watching his sons play football, telling them he misses having brothers when they try to comfort him. They promise to be brothers to him, and he gets up and plays with them. A textual epilogue reveals that the Von Erichs were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2009, and Kevin and Pam bought a ranch in Hawaii, where their large family lives to this day. That's all from this video. Make sure to leave a like, and subscribe to our channel for more videos.